Here we go. All right. Welcome to week 4. This is another week of when the magic happens and we start putting everything together. So, we already went over intermittent fasting. Most of you are doing a 12 to 14 hour fasting window. We also talked about eating whole foods. We talked about tracking macros, which hopefully you guys are getting the hang of. Again, this is the hardest component of the faster way to really nail down, but it does work. I promise you. The next component is, I said, whole food nutrition, macro tracking, pairing our workouts with strategically with our food cycle, and lastly, carb cycling. Hold on one second. Tommy, will you just go check on Elle? Thank you. This week, we're adding in one more component, and let me do a giant asterisk. This component this week is optional. I personally do not do it. I think there's a lot of amazing health benefits for it, but I simply do not partake in the 24-hour fast. It's not as scary as it sounds, though. And here I'm going to tell you who should partake in it, why you should partake in it, and who shouldn't, and how to do it, of course. So let's start with the easy, how to do it. So the 24-hour fast starts after you finish dinner on Wednesday. After you finish dinner on Wednesday, your 24-hour fast starts. So we recommend starting it a little bit on the earlier side. And the reason for that is so that you can break it on Thursday before dinner. So Wednesday, let's say you stop eating at 6. You hit your macro goals on Wednesday. That is the goal. You want to hit your macro goals on Wednesday. If you do not hit your goals on Wednesday, if you have a really busy day and you just don't eat a ton, you're not going to do the 24-hour fast, okay? Okay. We start Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. You're going to go 24 hours. You will break it on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. or sooner, and you will eat a normal dinner. You will forget that you ever did the intermittent fast, the 24-hour fast. You will eat a normal dinner and go to bed and forget you ever did the 24-hour fast. Okay, so what can you have when you're doing the fast? You can have water, of course. You can have herbal teas. We recommend not doing supplements. We recommend not doing coffee, but I personally can't not do coffee because if I do, I get pretty serious headaches. So I do coffee. It's fine. Go watch a show. Go watch a show. Thank you. Took me an hour to put her to bed. 2 minutes for her to get out and have to do it again. Okay. I'm never going to do a training at night again when Nick's on a work dinner, but that's okay. So you're going to break that fast Thursday night. You can have water, herbal teas. We recommend not doing coffee. I personally get headaches if I don't do that. Pretty much the same rules that we typically apply to on any regular day that we're doing intermittent fasting. So I suggest not doing supplements that day because if you do have an empty stomach, that can make you not feel great. HQ recommends not doing coffee. I couldn't do it without coffee, so just do black. But the idea behind the 24-hour fast is the added benefit of an elongated fast and primarily reaping the benefits of autophagy. Autophagy is a fancy word. It's basically your body's natural ability to detox, get rid of dead cells, things that are no longer serving you. It is a super powerful benefit from intermittent fasting. And it basically just elevates all of the benefits that we're getting to that next level. Personally, I think the 24-hour fast benefits are amazing on the inside. I think that they have a lot of health benefits. I do not think it's necessarily like a fat loss benefit, if I'm being completely frank with all of you. I have always been nursing or trying to conceive up until March. So for the first 4 years of me being a coach, I was always nursing or trying to conceive. So I did not partake in the 24-hour fast. Who else shouldn't partake in the 24-hour fast? If you're trying to conceive, if you are nursing, if you have a history of disordered eating, if you have a thyroid condition like Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism, And I would also recommend against it if you are post-menopause. The reason behind these things are that you are someone who is under, with the exception of disordered eating, you are someone who is under a pretty significant hormonal shift, a lot of stress on your body. Doing this elongated is just going to place even more stress, and we want to avoid that because we want to balance your hormones. Everything that we're doing in this program is to balance your hormones so that it can optimally burn fat for fuel and give you energy and you feel your best. I have clients that do this and they're always like, that was way easier than I ever expected. They come in and they're like, I want to do the program as is, as it was designed to be done. And I support you. I do not think there's anything wrong with the 24-hour fast. I just personally don't do them because I have young kids. I do not want to be short tempered and hangry with them. And quite frankly, I used to do juice cleanses and I don't enjoy how I feel when I do those things. That being said, what are some alternatives that you could do to reap the benefits of autophagy longer than normal, once a month? And that's how often Faster Way does the 24-hour fast. It's just once a month. You could do, if you're doing a 12 to 14-hour fast, you could do 16 hours. You could do 18 hours. Just try doing a couple hours longer than you normally do if you're not going to do the 24-hour fast. Whatever you choose to do, I support. This is supposed to be a sustainable, a doable program, something that doesn't feel restrictive. To me, a 24-hour fast feels a bit restrictive. So that's why I don't do it. You can choose, you're all educated adults here. You can choose if you want to attempt it. And there's no harm in trying it and being 16 hours in and saying, not for me. That's totally fine. I have a lot of clients that will get to 20 hours or 24 hours and they're like, wasn't expecting to do it, but I kept going. I felt great. I felt fine. And I did it. Again, I'm assuming you guys all watched the training for week 4 in your app where we talk about more of the benefits. I don't want to get into those because I like to talk about who shouldn't do it because that's not really discussed a lot in the training video. So I wanted to make sure I clarified that. Does anyone have any questions about that? I think I went over everything I said I was going to. Maybe I didn't say who should do it. If you're up for a challenge, you hit your macros, you get 8 hours of sleep, and you are not in you have not hit menopause, and you have minimal stress in your life, you can try it. Go ahead and do that. Sarah, go ahead.
Hi, Sarah. Quick question. If it probably doesn't, I mean, if I needed to do the fast on another day, is there a particular day that would be recommended to do it?
Awesome question. Yeah, just don't do it on after a low carb day. You would want to make sure that it's after a regular macro day so that you can be sure that you have enough carbs going into it.
Thank you.
Sorry. Great question. Anyone else? You can just unmute yourself if you want.
Hey, I have been struggling with my breast milk supply after the Monday and Tuesday. So I've just been doing one of the exercises Monday or Tuesday, and I still am having trouble where I don't feel a letdown. My baby is just suckling and he's not swallowing. I can hear when I hear him swallow, I'm like, yes, that sounds so good. So I've been having to take supplements for lactation. And so what do you recommend? I think I want to just skip cardio. And what if I did 30 minutes of walking Monday and Tuesday as my exercise?
I think that's great. I think I'm trying to pull up what your macros are set as. I wish you guys thought I was smart enough to remember all of this off the top of my head, but I'm just trying to see if I see you. I'm just looking. So we can bump, your calories are fairly, so it's, all right. So you're pretty active. So let me get back to you personally, but I'm going to give a generic answer. Okay. So generically speaking, I would bump up your macros a little bit if that's what's going on. Because it's a very delicate balance. So I did 1900 calories 6 months postpartum with Connor to kind of lose my last little bit of weight. And that was a good number for me. But when you hit your macros, are you hungry or are you full?
Oh, I can eat a lot I'm still quite hungry.
So I think we should bump them up then. I have
Okay.
no problem with bumping them up. So I'm gonna text my gal that helps me with a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna say we need to bump yours up.
Okay.
Okay, let me get back to you on that though. But for anyone else that's
Okay.
nursing, if you do notice a supply drop, I would be more focused on it's obviously the overall deficit. So things like I don't think a 30-minute or 20-minute hit, it's going to be what 200 to 300 calories max. So that in combination with a 200, 300 calorie deficit in calories could have an impact. So I guess we could just take away one. I think I'd rather have you eat more, to be honest. That would be my preference. But you can choose if you want to try doing the walk, that's fine. But I think I would rather bump them up. But that's just my feeling. But let me get back to you on that one. But good question. Because I definitely and make sure that you're drinking enough water. And I actually do have additional resources that I can send to you from a fellow coach that was a lactation consultant.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else before I move on to the next important part of this little training?
Hi, Sarah, it's Melissa. I
Hello.
posted this in the comments, but I don't know if you saw it or not, or in the chat. If we are going to do the 24-hour fast, should we move the arm workout to Friday?
Great question, and I should have gone over this. And I just looked at the chat. I didn't put it up. Sorry, I didn't notice I had one. So yes, awesome question, and absolutely, if you are going to do the fast, your arm day 100% goes to Friday. You're going to take Thursday as that rest day, and instead you will be doing arms on Friday. And this is honestly a switch that I do quite frequently. I do this often. So if you like this, you could continue doing it.
Thank you.
But great question. All right. So next order of business that I want to talk about quickly is kind of like, so this is week 4. You guys are kind of in the hang of things. You guys are probably seeing some things about this thing called the Summer Slim Down in the Faster Way. Don't worry, you are going to get all of the resources that the Summer Slim Down people are getting. And I'm happy to send you guys replays even as new clients now. But those, when you transition into VIP, you will get access to those trainings. There was an awesome one on meal prep on Monday. I'll see if I can find a link that I can share with you guys. But at the end of the 6 weeks, you automatically roll over into the VIP group, which is essentially like a gym membership of the Faster Way. I'm still your coach. After this call, I actually have my monthly meeting with my VIP clients. And you still have access to the new meal guides. You still have access to all of the great workouts, in addition to our new VIP app library. So basically that's like, when you go on Peloton, you can see all the different workouts and you can pick and choose. You could, in fact, in theory, go back and do an older workout if it was something that you loved, or maybe you're on vacation and you don't have any equipment and you want to do bands. Today, I did one of the sprint workouts outside. You get a lot of access to that. We also are constantly doing monthly challenges. We have one coming up in July. And if you say that you did your workouts, you get a t-shirt, things like that. We keep the community awesome. I have people who have been with me in VIP for 3 years. It is definitely a long-term thing. I ask my clients to give me 90 days to really see a lasting change. It takes a long time to build new habits. And for those of you who were really seriously under eating and restricting, it's going to take a little bit to get your metabolism back up, because when you severely restrict what you're eating, it really slows down your metabolism and makes it really difficult to burn fat for fuel. And it takes time to get your hormones back to being balanced and your thyroid functioning again optimally, along with your metabolism. So that's why I ask my clients, give me 90 days. You're going to see a real change. However, I get that this is not for everyone. Some of you may get to your goal in 6 weeks and be like, thank you, Sarah, I am on my way. And if that is you, please just update your membership by Saturday, by midnight. They ask for a 14-day cancel heads up. If any of you guys have subscriptions, many of them are like this. It's frustrating. I wish that you could cancel up to your last day of the program, but they ask that you cancel it before the Sunday of week 5. So that I said this in my text and I said this in my email. Just make sure that if you are not going to continue into VIP, that you update by this Saturday night at midnight, or I guess that would be Sunday morning, midnight. But you guys, I think, know what I mean. Let's say Saturday night, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sure. That link is in your email. And when I post this replay, I will put the link there as well. If you access the app on your desktop, it's easy to do it there as well. There's literally a link that says update your membership and you can cancel from there. Okay, any other questions from you guys? That is all that I was going to go over today. Your goals this week are to continue to pair the workouts, continue to do the macros, keep going. So many of you are seeing awesome results. The scale is not a measure of your success. Take pictures, take photos of your journey, because those are the real like what's going to show you the change. Today I put on a pair of shorts I haven't worn in like 2 years, and I was like, oh my god, like I don't remember these fitting so well. They were way too low cut for my taste right now, but it was like I remember putting these on when I was younger and feeling like I don't want to use the term love handles, but like I felt that way. And while the scale is not very different than when I used to wear these shorts, those shorts sat very differently on my hips. And again, the scale has not changed much, but I have just built so much lean muscle mass that size-wise, I am smaller, but scale-wise, I am similar. So don't use the scale as a measure of success. And also, last thing I'm going to say is, some clients will be like, I haven't lost any inches. And I just want to let you know, when I was a personal trainer, we would take measuring tape and we would measure this like bone, this bony part right here at my collarbone or my shoulder, measure down to my elbow, divide that by 2. That was where I measured my arm. Okay. Same thing with my thigh. I would get to my knee all the way to my hip, measure that, divide by 2, and then I would measure exactly around that circumference. It took a lot of work to try to get that same measurement spot each time with clients. It was difficult. Okay. And so you guys are doing this on yourself. So a lot of your measurements may not be accurate when you retake them. So if they haven't changed very much, again, not a true measure of success. I want you to focus on your energy, how you feel, your self-confidence when you put on clothes, your self-confidence when you go to bed at night, in your nightgown or whatever you wear with your partner, nothing. I want you guys to measure your success beyond the scale, beyond the numbers. I'm more focused about up here and how you feel. So take that as your end message tonight. And if I can help you in any other way, please don't hesitate to reach out via text or in the Facebook group. I'm here to support you. Even if you do not continue on, I still feel like I'm your coach, and I still thank you for trusting me with this process. And you can always come back to VIP. And I'll reach out and I'll ask you if you want to join too, even if you don't want to. So thank you guys so much for joining me live. I appreciate all of you being here tonight, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.